exchange of body fluid. A question to answer. You actually exchange of body fluid. What did she say? Blood transfusion. They are both right. Any other answer? Ban ji ba gaskiya. Me murya ya fada ya samu bujaka. Thank you very much. Using infected sharp objects. Using infected sharp objects. Got it? Okay. Do we have time for one more? Okay. Can a healthy looking person be HIV positive or negative? True or false? The whole hall. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That has been UNICEF. Doctor says that he will speak in English and Hausa, but he ended up speaking in English Hausa. He said Hausa, but
let's go down.
Kace zake magana a harshen Hausa, amma ka bige da English Hausa in Gausa. To ni ma a tafa mun, ni ma na ci jaka. To alhamdulillah lokaci ne da zamu dau abu na gaba. Na san already al-ma'asharabat wa ma'akhalat is ready, item number 7. Mu tafa ma abinci da Allah, wallahi ya zama ready. Hankali na ya fara koma gurin. Na san za mu tafi yanzu insha Allah ba wani abu. I want to invite the first panel, which will talk about changing mindset. I am calling on the moderator for the first panel, who is the founder of Al-Majra Aspire Initiative, an initiative that works on enlightening and celebrating the achievement of Northern women in order to inspire and encourage young girls and women to aspire to move. She has been a delegate at the Youth Connect Summit, Rwanda, and has worked with the likes of BBC, UNDP, Arewa 24. Let's welcome Hajja Amina Abdurrahman Mahmood to the stage. Equally to join us as part of the panelist is a senior inspector with the largest government youth agency in Africa, the National Youth Service School of Nigeria, a multi-award-winning business and social entrepreneur, a creative director and Afrocentric model fashion with a brand Afrik Abaya. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite Hajia Hawa Liman to join us. Let's celebrate her, ladies and gentlemen. Also to be invited is an indigenous of Yobe State, a person that was in charge of IT in the office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or the State House in Abuja. She is a self-taught IT and communication expert with 16 solid years of strategic planning, project management, and proactive management studies. She supported the Presidential Air Fleet, has head IT support. She is also an ICT and cybersecurity expert who has formerly managed the website of the State House in Abuja. Join me in welcoming Jummai H.H. Dang Agalen. Let's celebrate her, ladies and gentlemen. She is stepping out. Also to joining us on this table is Mr. Ibrahim Hussein Abdul Kareem. He's an ICT strategist and business development executive, the managing director, CEO of EasyGIS, a personality that specializes in social engineering, geophysics information system, crowdfunding and financial inclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ibrahim Hussein, please CQ up. Let's celebrate him, ladies and gentlemen, please. I equally want to call upon on stage Fatima Zara Omar, an indigenous of Adamawa State. She's a lawyer, an arbitrator, a writer, a politician, and a host of the radio show Adikwan Zamani on BBC Hausa. She is also the co-founder and editor-in-chief of Jaruma magazine and creator of Devil's Diary. Let's celebrate Ajia Fatima Zara has she stepped up. Also inviting a young personality that contested for the coveted position of President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Is an indigene of Kontagora in Niger State, a geologist by training, a business consultant, an entrepreneur, multipreneur, a philanthropist, and of course, a politician. He is magnanimous and benevolent in all respects. He is by name Ahmed Buhari, known for many years who have dared. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him. Let's clap for him, ladies and gentlemen. May I submit the House to the moderator for onward procession. But before then, I have an announcement, please. A Peugeot 306, black in color, with registration number DD318 ABC, have blocked somebody's passage. We ask your indulgence to please step outside to play it. Thank you. Ajia, you're welcome, please. Our moderator.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. I will first and foremost like to welcome members of the panel and say a big thank you for taking out time from your busy schedules to join us in discussing the very important topic of changing mindsets in the northern part of Nigeria. Before we move forward, just to brief you through what the session is going to be like, we're going to start with a general question posed at the panelists. Now, this general question is just going to be for each of them what it means for them to change, in changing mindset of young people in Nigeria and why it is important, in northern Nigeria, and why it is important for them to do that for the development of the region, especially at the time we're in now. After that, we're going to move forward and talk about more specific questions for each panelist, depending on their area of expertise. After that, we'll be moving on to talk about, to take questions from the audience, but because of time, we'll be taking very few, 2 or 3, and we'll be taking written questions, which our volunteers will be bringing forward for the panelists to answer. These questions can be generally posed or just to a particular panelist. So before we move on, before I begin with the question, I just want to briefly talk about the reality of area. When we talk about changing mindsets, what do we mean? Changing mindsets, especially at the day and age we live in now, is something that is very important. Cannot be forced. We can't do it. We can't compel people to change their mindset. It's something that needs sensitization and a lot of examples, leadership by example and things like that. So it's a gradual process as well. So we cannot expect for us to automatically go home today and switch, have a new mindset. That being said, though. That being said, I was just told to be mixing with Hausa. I will be trying my best to do that. So that being said, we are a region of a densely populated youth, number of youth. We have one of the highest number of youth in northern Nigeria, but at the same time, when we look at a recent study from UNICEF, we find out that in Nigeria, we still have 10.5 million out-of-school children. It is one of the world highest. And taking 1.5 million out-of-school children, then 60% are from the north. And out of this 60%, we have 60% out of this, they're girls. Why is this? Because although things are changing and a lot of girls are going to school, a lot of us have advanced to even beyond, bachelor's degrees, there is still this mindset that the low perception of education in girls because of early marriage and people just generally not seeing the use of a girl not going to school. Now, with this being said, and with my panelists from from different fields. I am liking the very diverse diversity in the panel today. And so now I would like to pose to you, what does it mean when we say we need to change our mindset in the North for it to develop in this day and age? What does it mean for you? How do you think we can change? What are the ways, and what are the, from your own perspective, from your own experiences, how is this possible? Is it even possible to attain that? And I think I would start from my left with Haja Weliman.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When you have people like Zara and Abdul Karim on stage, I have to be very careful. So I'll start with Rabbi Shrah li Sadri, wa Yasruli Amri, wa ahlul uqdata min lisani yafqahu qawli. I've been asked severally this question: Hawa, what are you doing with NYS? What are you still doing working with NYS? You are wasting. Bakudi, me zaki samu nawa ne albashin. But what people fail to realize is that in Africa, if you're looking for a platform that connects diverse group of youths, when you reach National Youth Service Corps in Nigeria, that is the melting point. I hope you're getting me. For you to understand the dynamics, for you to understand the context in which the youths of Nigeria operate, when you reach NYSC, that is the final destination. So, I'm going to begin my own presentation by giving you some statistics. Yes, as Ariwa, we're making progress, but I tell you, we're in a deep shit. And if you and I don't come together as a people, if you and I don't come together to change this narrative, wallahi al-azim gidajen mu sai sun gagare mu zama. Yes. Okay, presently on camp, yes, we're on camp and I came for this program. We have in camp about 2,400 and about 80-something corps members. About 1,200 and thereabout are female. Wallahi al-azim, in a hall, a capacity that will take about 1,000 youths in Kano State, you're not going to take 200 young men and women from Ariwa. Sungudu. Sungudu. You think Jindaini, you think Isani, you think King Hadini, you will not stay on camp. You will register, you will run away. Wallahi al-azim, we're killing ourselves because that is where the opportunities are. That is where the agencies come to give you what it takes to grow. That is where federal government takes the opportunities. In a hall, taking 1,000, if they're going to take a roll call out of that 2,000 plus, bazaki samu en Arewa 500 ba. Sungudu. Those that are bold enough or those that are smart enough suka zauna din, they will look for posting. Dan Kaduna will look for posting to Rogo, the border to Kaduna. Dan Gombe will look for posting to Sumaila on his way. Dan Katsina will go to Gwarzo, will go to Sanyawa. And you think you're smart, and you think you're privileged, and you think Karshan Haduwa kenan. You're not serving. Wallahi Arewa muke kashewa. Because all these opportunities, all these trainings that are being stepped down by the federal government, we're talking entrepreneurship, we're talking skill acquisition, we're talking mentorship. Bakuzauna akampa. You're killing yourself, you're killing Arewa, you're not doing it for yourself. So I started with this for us to understand the level at which Lala Chewa Miyakai. Why am I concerned about graduate youths staying to serve? It is because when you stay and serve, when you're being trained, you now step it down. I always complain about the government not paying so much attention to the uneducated illiterates, those that their schools stopped at primary and secondary, you that graduated, kuzaku employing dunsu. So you've refused to do that, kumanku kakoma gida, you're not serving zaman majalisani, or you're busy browsing your phone. Wallahi arewa mufarka. I'm stopping here, allow my other panelists to talk, and when we come back, I'll speak some more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hawaliman. That's how with the reality of what we're in. I'm sure many of us here are probably guilty of, either changing your place of primary assignment for comfort, because we just want to have it easy, and it doesn't work that way. If you want change, if you want to see real development, you really need to work for it. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Haja Jumai. Could you please give us your thoughts on changing mindsets in the youth for the development of our region?
Good day, everybody. On mindset, I will just tell a short story about my experience in my career. When I started off, I studied sociology, but I'd always had a flair for ICT. So I was a self-starter. I started learning ICT on my own, and also associating myself with people who are good in technology, and I learned a lot. And for 16 years now, I've been in the ICT field. And I know during as I was growing in my career, I know a lot of people who actually thought that, like, my people that I look up to from the north, that felt that, oh, she's a lady, you're a female, what are you doing holding a screwdriver? Because the first time that a senior colleague, a northerner, saw me with a screwdriver trying to couple a computer system, he was like, me take, that means what's she doing? What's she holding a screwdriver for? And so one of my colleagues said, wow, she's one of the good, she's very good at fixing computers, piecing it and putting them back together and all that. And so one of the things that I think that we lack in the north is confidence. Like, we don't have that boldness to feel that we can amount to something in life. Like, I always thought that I have to be in my 50s to achieve, and all that. But thinking back with all the years that I've acquired in so many skills in the ICT field, I felt I could actually be whoever I want to be at any age and all that. So that's one of the things that I would like to advise both the women and the men, youths, younger people that are coming up, even in technology and all that. You can be anything you want to be. My skills are actually cabling. I love cabling and trunking, pulling cables and all that. I love to set up internet and all that, internet infrastructure. And this was one of the things that one of my boss told me that, look, this is a man's job. You can't do this. Okay, Jumai, I think I'll take you to the web design and updating the website and all that. So I was like a support, an assistant of web master assistant. And I didn't find fulfillment in that. What I really liked was pull down computers and fix them back, or pull cables and do networking and all that, route internet, things like that, and I branched off and all that, and I'm very happy with my work. And so I feel that we northern people, we can actually do better, especially in technology. Technology is the key now, and we are actually more populated in the north than any part of the country. And Allah has given us leadership. Like in the north, that's one of the things that I get so upset about, that, we are blessed with leadership. In the country, we are opportune, in government to lead the country. But why is it that the northern people are still backwards? Why is it that they see poverty and all that? And so many things, like we don't like to want to hear the truth, to tell the truth, and all that. We always shy away from it and feel that, it's as if there's a stigma, you can't talk about stuff, and all that, you'll be judged. I think we need to get off our comfort zone and, talk to ourselves and see how we can all work together and move the north forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy, very much for that contribution. Mr. Ibrahim, please give us your view on all this. Mindset, we've been talking about it this morning. and I don't think we'll talk about it enough till we leave here. Why is it important? Why is it absolutely vital for us to change the way we think in order for us to move forward?
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Pardon me, my own is going to be but they call it English Hausa. So we will
Please
talk
go ahead.
Yeah. So actually, ni abun da nake son in magana akai shine in ana magana mindset. Ina ga mun fara magana nan almost 5-7 years ago. But amma kullum komai ƙara lalacewa yake. Shin duka kawai muke. Wato if in kuka je Lagos, ita she is in the tech side, she understand what I'm talking about. Idan ka je Lagos ka zauna sai aka ce me ka zo da shi sai aka ce ka iya akai ICT kake yi. So kai wani bai ma kamata a saurare ka ba. Because it's not even a field in the dan arewa ya kamata ya bude baki ya ci ka ce ma ka san wani abu a ICT bai kamata ka yi magana ba. Is their own birthright, su ne ya kamata su yi. So this is a mindset, har ya samu in mun je mun kai application ko mun kai wani aiki sai mu ta wani dan babboyewa, sai mun je mun samu mun yi partnership da wani kamfanin su, sannan a dauke mu a kai mu office ɗin kila vice president ko wani abu, sannan a dan cokala ka kai ma dan baka wani aiki da zaka yi. So this is a mindset da muke son mu canza. And look at the beautiful faces all over. Kowa ya bar gida, ya bar aikin, akwai masu aure yau ana daura aure. Yadda kuka san mata suna son aure amma duk sun aje auren, duka sun zo na sun taro. They just want to see ina ne za a samu a platform da za mu jaye kanmu duka mu daga wannan kasawa, you understand, to a more bigger stage. Da mu ma mun isa. Saboda wani ba zai nuna kai ka isa ba, kai ma sai ka shuke sai kai ma ka isa. But abin da ake nuna mana kullum a arewa ba mu isa ba. Yanzu wani zai rubuta solution kan ruga, if you see even the pronunciation, irin ka san ma ba a ma tambayi wani bahaushe ya sa wani input ɗin ciki ba, wanda bai ma san cewa Fulani ba son yake yi ya sai da nono ba son yake ya sai da shanu ba, son yake ga shanun shi daga 10 sun koma 15, amma yana cewa a je a yi rancin za a samu shanu da yawa, za a samu madara da yawa. Is it the problem? Akwai mai shanu da bai ma taɓa sai da shanun shi ba. So we have to look inward. Mu a arewa a ban mu duba mu ga meye matsalar mu ba da solution. Kuma muna da number, muna da mutane, muna da manya ko ina, but kullum sai a rinka mana dropping kawai an kawo solution kawai sai a dora mana akai. Duk solution aka kawo sai a ce wai haka za mu yi shi, wanda ma zai aje a hukumin shi a wasu ƙasa a duniya ba sai a ce mana wai shine tsarin da za mu fita. So my own thinking of change of mindset is that mu aje wa'annan. Yanzu kuna gani da ana cewa ai maza ba sa bari matan su na fita, maza ba su bari matan su aiki. Ku duba ku ga stage inda muke yanzu. Mun san in ba mu yi haka ba, we are going to be at the back of the back. You have to support your women, you have to support your youth. In ba mu yi haka ba ina za mu je? This is the mindset we're supposed to do. In ka tashi zaka aure kada ka ji tsoro, tana da PhD, tana da kaza. You need her. She will be a very good backbone for you. Su honorable za su ba ku labari how good bright women suke sa mutum ya kai inda ya kai. Amma za ka je ka ce wai sai matar da za ka ajiye a gida ba za ta je ko ina ba. Where are you going to? Kai baka je ko ina ba, ita ba ta je ko ina ba, dai ina za mu je mu? Thank you.
Mun gode kwarai da wannan contribution din. Gaskiya ga alama ya tabo inda kowa ya san akwai guilt a ciki, kuma ga alama ya kamata mu duba mu ma inwards don mu gyara from ourselves. Hajiya Zara,
Now,
we're moving forward to you now.
so assalamu alaikum jama'a, barkanmu da warhaka. Let me just say one Ribena for you. Well done, sir. If all the men in northern Nigeria thought like you, I think people like me will not have work to do again. But when you talk about mindsets, kai ya kake tunani, ya kake ganin kanka. Mutanenmu muna da self-esteem issues, muna rena kanmu. Jiya an yi kamar baje koli a ceremonial canopies. Ba san mutane nawa a nan suka je ba. Please raise your hand if you went to the marketplace. I think we can all agree that all the things that were sold there were of top quality. Ko ba haka bane? Amma do you know what I found out? Da yake ni wata rana ina aikin yar jarida banda aikin lawyer, na iya tambayar tsiya. Sai ina tambayan mutane, zaka ga mutum yana da product mai kyau, yana da abu mai kyau, amma yana kashe abun. To, Hajiya Zara soɓo ne, soɓo ne.
Exactly.
Kuma soɓon me mugun daɗi.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, muna da self-esteem problem, muna ganin kaman ba mu kai ba, ko me muka yi sai muna yi daga baya. Na san wannan yana da la'akari da culture inmu na kunya. Bai kamata a ce kana yabon kanka ba, amma duniya ta wuce wannan. Idan ba kai wa kanka kirari ba, wa zai yi maka? Idan ba mu zauna mun haɗa kai mun taimaki juna ba, waye zai taimake mu? A nan muna zuwa lokacin da nake law school, idan muka je mu 'yan arewa ABU, MBUK, mutane mutum kawai dan ya fi ka iya turanci dan ya je University of Ife, sai ka zo kana jin tsoron shi. Amma idan aka rubuta jarabawa sai ka ga ka kada shi. Amma sai mu ce, sai a ce wannan ya cika kauɗi. A cikin mu fa mu 'yan arewa sai a ce wai ya cika kauɗi, ya cika ansa tambaya a aji. Idan ba mu canja yadda muke ganin juna ba, idan ba mu canja yadda muke ganin aikin hannunmu ba, ba za mu iya ma maganar mindset ba. How do you see yourself? Are you confident? No. So it's very easy for mutum ya zauna ya zage ka ya ce maka you are a parasite, you are a Fulani headsman, ba abin da ka sani. Nan ana ce mana wai daga kan abincinmu ma, fi hakuri ina son abinci, daga kan abincinmu ma za ga ana rena mutum. In mutum ya ce shi yana son tuwo, a'a mu sai fried rice, sai salad, sai me yasa ba za ku ci kwado ba salad ba ne? Duka daga nan ne, daga cikin gida. Yaro ko da zai tashi ya rena kosai, ya rena koko, amma ana dama mishi custard. Me aka yi? Idan za mu yi maganar mindset, dole ne mu koma mu kalli kanmu yadda muke kallon kanmu. Yadda Allah ya halice ka, an halice ka da dalili, kuma ya kamata kai alfahari da dalilin ka, alfahari da kanka. For God's sake, we have a very, very beautiful culture. That's why I'm proud of Mrs. Amina Mohammed. She's at the top levels of the world, but kullum a tamfan nan da gyale shi take sawa. And when I saw her doing it, I started wearing atamfa da gyale to work. Sai a ce wannan ba formal wear bane. I don't care. Where I'm from is formal wear. No, na daina sa skirt da suit. Ba kayan gidanmu bane. Atamfa zan sa. This is how you make statements, and when you are confident, people will stop and listen to you. People will respect you. If you don't respect yourself, who will respect you? We are unable to have conversations with each other without disrespecting each other.
Yeah.
So please, I'm using this opportunity to appeal to all of us who are here to take it back with us. We are proud of who we are. I'm happy my senior brother Alinu who is here. Kannywood people. We are always insulting Kannywood, but we are always doing guy for Nollywood. Why? If there's a problem with what they are doing, you tell them.
Yeah.
Let us sort this thing out. Let us do this. Let us do this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Sorry.
Please, whoever is in charge of the technical microphone, some of the microphones are echoing. So whoever is in charge, can you just rectify that, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
It's echoing from your side because you're here. It's not echoing. Thank you very much, Haji Azara. That was gospel truth. Yesterday at the bazaar, the Mukaje, masu sai da tuwon madara, masu sai da su traditional abubuwan nan namu. Amma in kun ga packaging, kowace ƙasa abin nan zai je. Tuwon madaranmu da su ilokan nan da su ballakobo da su tsami gaye is just a matter of packaging. Kan mu rena sana'a ko yaya take, Zara abin da ta faɗa gaskiya ne, and I think you should respect your hustle no matter what you're doing. It's absolutely valid. Thank you very much. Last but not least, Your Excellency.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. When I look at all the problems ravaging northern Nigeria, it boils down to one crucial part, and that is mentorship. No society will ever succeed if it does not have a succession plan. What is that succession plan? It is that plan that you put in place to also remind yourself that at a point in time, you will phase out and a new generation will take place. Any society that fails to recognize that a time must come where they must shift and allow the next generation to take control, that society will break down. One other fundamental thing is for us to recognize that this mentorship is what helps even the family structure to survive. I was happy when Honorable Abdulmumin spoke about how you get ready for marriage and everybody tells you, some people even come up to the stage and tell you, I have 3 advices for you. The first one is hakuri. The second one, hakuri. The third one, hakuri. Now, patience is a virtue, it's great. But there are other things that can help that patience come to play. We need fathers and mothers who will be open to their children. These are your children. I know some mothers that can't even look in the face of their first child for sake of shame or whatever kind of design culture that enables them to speak to their children and correct them where they make mistakes. Now, it's easier said than done. What is that thing that can keep that family structure, that can even help adults or elders, the ability to mentor the younger ones? It is called financial freedom. Northern Nigeria, during the time I was growing up in the early 80s, as you drive through most of the northern part of this country, you will find factories, you will find industries, you will find people who truly desire to work hard to earn something. So, but now what we find ourselves into is a society where none of those things truly exist anymore, and people will rather go and ask for alms, beg for sustenance. What this has done to us is that some of us now have this mindset of instant gratification. I put this much, I put this little, I want this much. It doesn't work like that. You cannot succeed like that. The other thing I want us to also pay attention to that is ravaging our region is Almajiranchi. Now, don't let anybody from any part of the world make you feel Almajiranchi is a shame on us. No. This is a style of education that we had even before the slave traders came. This was a style of education that had Islamic teaching that encompassed the Quran, the Hadith. It is over 800 years old. We used it to form our culture, our system, our well-being. It was this system as well that we had that helped Northern Nigeria even at the time the colonialists came. They found that we had our judicial system, the Sharia law. They found that we had schools, the Almajiri schools. They found that we had other things like trading. They found out that we had courts where we judged and did other things that kept our society sane. Now, I think what has really affected Northern Nigeria is the adoption and embrace of a culture that isn't ours. That is the bane of our problem. The other thing that we have as a problem is a lot of people parading themselves as religious scholars.
Yep.
Everybody who can afford a microphone wants to preach about Islam, how they like. The part of it that suits them, and the part of it that is truth that might hurt them, they shy away from it.
Yes. Please tell them, sir.
I am also very happy that somebody spoke about affection. How you treat your spouse is how she would treat your children, is how your children would treat their children and their neighbors. That love that we're supposed to express, that for some weird cultural belief, we try to only do it in the bedroom in the night. This is also a problem. Every son that sees his father give his mother a kiss on the forehead or an embrace would want to grow up to do the same to his wife. But what is our problem? Who says Islam doesn't support that? All the Islamic countries I've been to around the world, you see men and women holding their hands walking down the streets. But you come down here and people see it and they frown at it like you're doing something bizarre. These are our issues. The other issue that I would like to talk about is drug abuse. So I was opportune to be in Abuja last week to attend a polo tournament that was designed to talk about drug abuse. Unfortunately, I had this interaction with a lady that works with the NDLEA. She happens to be a director. And I said, ma'am, can you tell me what you think is the fundamental reason for this drug abuse? And she held her mobile phone like this and said, it's mobile phone. Now, I do not see the correlation. I do not see how mobile phone usage and drug abuse connects, which is why I am happy that there are some politicians here and there's some high-level academics here who I am believing will start finding it a responsibility upon themselves to look for the right people who understand the real problems to start designing solutions for us. Now, this woman has totally disconnected herself from the reality, believing that technology is our problem. Technology can never be our problem. It is our way forward. How we use it is the problem. But fundamentally, we must understand that we need these tools to be able to communicate, to be able to learn. Let the focus be on learning than just social activities. Lastly, so I don't take too much of our time, before we can have a northern Nigeria that is truly successful, we must adopt proper data management systems.
Yep.
So that we know how many of us exist. So we know that all this effort that we're making, we know exactly where to channel it to. Is it schools? How many exist? Is it hospitals? How many of us exist? Is it business? How many of us want to do that? Is it whatever it is? We must have an idea of how many people we're dealing with. We cannot keep running ourselves like we're animals in a jungle. We must be able to have a design plan, and that only design plan can be achieved if we have proper data management systems that can help us with the support of the immigration services, with the support of the customs services, help secure our borders. So we stop having the influx of people coming here every day without telling us why they're here, when they intend to leave, what they're going to be doing, where they're going to be. If we don't have these problems, we don't have a region. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Some very valid points there, and a lot of us in the crowd here are into IT. Data collection, data, it's as valuable as oil. Having data, collecting valid data, is it population, is it women in business, is it men in agriculture, name it. Muna the data, muna the records in Abubuwa, it's gold. Shine a new oil. So thank you very much for that. I think they all deserve a big round of applause for the first round. We'll be going through the second rounds of questions, which we will now look at more specific questions into what they do, their fields. And I'm going to start again with Hajia Hawa. Hajia Hawa, ansanki ana kiwansu na kiran kima matasa ko mother ɗin corpus ne ana maki kirari dai da hakan. You have worked, you're known as a youth development specialist. You have worked in mentoring a lot, hundreds. You have worked with so many organizations in empowering youth to become entrepreneurs. And you have been successful. We see success stories. We see people, even now I see people coming to take selfies with you, which is amazing. But still, we have this mindset at Arewa. Our young people want to, first and foremost, they want to get rich fast. Kawai nima and Sandi, you know? You know, and they don't want to work hard for it at all. Ba me sanya aiki amma kowa yana so ya sa kaya ya rike babban waya, you know, a hau mota babba. But nobody wants to, aka ga maka aikin da zaka sa a ciki. Nobody is willing to do it. Zuciyarmu ya mutu. Mun fi son wani rich uncle din mu ya dan ba mu wani abu ko an ba mu school fees mu je mu kashe, you know. And another thing I want you to also touch on, apart from this getting rich quick fast, is self-reliance, dogaro da kai. Aisha Falke mentioned earlier that a lot of us now, in a lot of families, you see a family of over 200, but there's only one breadwinner. How do we encourage dogaro da kai, and how do we make it become a mindset? Nima na gama university, unkoye sana'a, bari unfara abu kaza. So these two things I think are very important, especially in the field you work with. How do we intend, how can we change mindsets and how can real change come when we change?
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to speak on two things. Since we came into this hall, we've been talking about reawakening the Ariwa spirit. And clearly, we have to understand the concept of values and our attitudes to those values. Why? Because you cannot succeed in whatever it is that you do if your values and your attitudes, you did not work on them. Values are the fundamental beliefs of a person. They are the guiding principles. They are the guiding principles. In whatever you do, it is the values on which you build on that you progress. At the same time, attitudes are the product of your mindset, which manifest in your behavioral patterns. So it is the way we express our beliefs and those values I spoke about. So for Hawa to succeed in whatever I do, for me to make progress as a person, my attitude matters, my approach to opportunities matters, it goes a long way. So it starts with you individually as a person. At the same time, our attitudes towards societal issues to a large extent determines the way in which we grow as a nation. Okay, what values here am I talking about as far as Ariwa is concerned? She spoke about self-reliance. I'll also dwell on discipline. And we've all spoken on dignity of labor. I will still speak on it again. So, take a look at discipline. Discipline simply is about you being morally upright, you doing what is right, what is expected of you without anyone forcing you to do it. You are disciplined enough to know this is what you want for yourself. I am disciplined enough. I sat down. Nobody sat me down. I sat myself down. How in the next 5 years, this is where I want to see myself. In the next 10 years, this is where I want to see myself. How do I go about it? Okay, for me to reach that place that I want to take myself to, I have to go through this, and that. So how do I go about it? I discipline myself. That is why you find out that even when you've started, you stop along the way. No matter how much motivational talk you're going to get, if you yourself, you're not disciplined to keep yourself going, you're not going to get it right. And this discipline, for us to grow as a society, discipline as citizens, do what is expected of you, following the laid down rules and regulations, and so on. Then the government on its own part, be disciplined enough. Idan project neza si ayi ba ha inci, ba alfarma, ba da contract, don wannan dan uwana ne, don wannan kanin matana ne, don wannan kaza ne, an ba shi project, an yi mortgage rayuwar al'umma, ya je ya yi titi, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, pothole ya samu. So we have to be disciplined enough. As a people, we should do what is right at the right time without anyone pursuing us to do it. Then, talk about self-reliance. This self-reliance of a thing, it is key. Aisha spoke about it. You find out that in one family, is one person that is dishing out to everybody. Why? Because kowaya dogara, shi ba zai nemi na kanshi ba. You have to be, for you to be self-reliant, you have to rely on your own capabilities, on your own capacity, on your own skills, your own resources, your own incentives to get things done. Believing in yourself that I can do it. Trust your guts, trust your instincts to do what is right. In ka yi daidai an ce ka sani, in ma baka yi daidai ba ka sani. So for you to be self-reliant, you have to actually put your potentials to maximum utilization. Many of us have what it takes to excel. Many of us. Amma mutuwar zuci ne. Because my uncle is rich, let me tell you something. I always tell the people I mentor, remove your father's name, remove your grandfather's name, remove your husband's name. You as a person, what do you stand for? If your name is being called as a person, what will people recall? What image are you portraying? We allow ourselves, because my father is this, yes, your father is this. You go the first time, then one and you get it done. You go the second time, then one and you get it done. My dear, the third time, it's about what you can bring to the table. I've seen a governor's son, when the governor was rich, when the governor was in power, Ankai Dubai, read, he came back, he got employed with a telecoms industry. When the father was no longer a governor, Omo, where's your certificate? Where's your certificate? Okay, he rode on his father's back and got the job. So it's high time you yourself begin to realize who you are as a person, and you go about fulfilling the gaps in your own life as a person. They all spoke on dignity of labor. We are choosy, truth be told, in Arewa, our young men particularly. Sorry to say, I'm talking on the men because women do, yes. And we are choosy. I have brothers, I have cousins. Sangama University, they tell you where they want to work. They tell you. And let me tell you, if you don't know somebody that knows somebody that also knows somebody, that job place you're looking for will not buy you that iPhone you're craving for. It will not buy you. So dignity of labor, given utmost respect and consideration for every type of job. Let me give you this scenario. Currently, now if you told a camp, the Kwai Bello may say the fruits. Anyone that is on Kano camps knows Bello. Wallahi Azim, I sat down, I did the maths. After camp, Bello that is selling fruits, his takeaway is more than what a director is taking in NYSC. Every day he sells fruits. It's about packaging, it's about branding. He packaged his fruits, zai yanka kankana, gwanda, everybody is going healthy. Zai sa gwanda, abarba, ayaba, pineapple, and everything. He will sprinkle granite on it. He will add milk on it. A bowl, a takeaway pack is 250 naira. We have over 2,500 people on camp. He takes 10% of that, 250 times 250. In a day, now he can making over 62,000. After camp, if he operates for 20 days, yana over 1.3 million. Do you know how much I take? If I tell you, you run away. But this man, he has seen the opportunity and he's using it. We're talking on Arewa youth. On camp, presently, there is no single Arewa youth doing business in Mami Market. I am too big. You will not be seen there. There is a girl selling popcorn. She's a serving corps member. She took permission from her employers. She's on camp selling popcorn.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Because of time, but that is the reality, ladies and gentlemen. That is just the reality. And we have to face it, and we seriously need to wake up. Now, before we move on with the questions, if we could make our responses brief because of time. After this, we still have another break and 2 more panels and speeches in between. So the next person I would call on is Mr. Ahmed Buhari. I'll be picking at random now, but I want to ask you your second question now. And you took the bold step in 2016 to say, I'm running for president. Not in a very long time, or probably even ever in Nigeria, has a young person stepped out, no godfather, no government backing or funding to do that. And you took that bold step. Now, people would say, people that probably don't know the background story, how you campaigned and how you got to where you are today, would say you probably have a godfather, and me being from a underprivileged background, ever dream of running for councillor ma president ba. How can we change the mindset that siyasa na masu kuɗi ne, sai kana da kuɗi, sai kana da godfather, me yasa ni ba zan fito daga local government ina in fito in ce ba ma councillor ba, so nake in zama House of Rep na can federal, on the federal level, kuma ma in zama speaker. How do we change this mindset that politics, the approach to politics people have is wrong?
Thank you. So unfortunately, the reality is that the politics we practice in Nigeria is politics for money, of money. But I'm glad that a few people have decided to dig down into my background to realize that the decision was made solely by myself, knowing fully well that at the time that that decision was made, I started it with nothing from nothing. When I said with nothing from nothing, no resources, no prior publicity. It was just an angry northern Nigerian youth who was trying to tell the world that enough was enough. And the best way I could express myself was to talk on the largest platform that existed in the country, so that maybe some people would pay attention. So this is a message that I want for every young person, whether you're from a privileged background or not a privileged background. You must stand for yourself first. You must understand who you are. You must define yourself and ask yourself, what are the things that are priority to me? For me, my priority is to see a country that is successful. For me, my priority is to see a northern Nigeria that can compete with not just the southern Nigeria, but every other region in the world. For me, I want to see my elders stop talking about bringing down quotas, cut-off marks so that I can compete with my peers from the south. No, invest in education so that I can compete with anybody in the rest of the world. That is what I want. For me, I want to see a region where we will allow competence supersede every other thing, especially familiarity and, whoever you know as a family. For me, I want to see us believe that we can conquer regardless of any of the vices that have befallen us. This is my suggestion. I think we are taking this discussion to the next level, which of course has to do with bringing like minds together from northern Nigeria. We all agree there's a problem. So talking about the problems over and over without a possible solution will not take us anywhere. This is why I am proposing that we have a Northern Nigeria Entrepreneurship Skills and Acquisition Center. And this center should be replicated in strategic zones across the northern region, so that we can start having people who can develop their human capital, who can develop their human self and say, at least I have a skill in this and that. And then the expert will help you build this together in such a way that that skill which you have acquired can be translated into financial gains. We have to help ourselves. We have to do this. And so when we have those centers, it is the responsibility of those of us that have the resources to say, I'm going to invest in this center, so that the process from this center will come to me, will keep the society calm. Because at the end of the day, for most of us who are so excited about making money, especially around the political space, be careful. Because after you've acquired so much money and you're comfortable in your house, and the society is uncomfortable, it will come for you.
Thank you.
I know a few, sorry, one more minute. I know a few top politicians right now and top people in the society, including the military and police, who will not dare use the roads today. They will use the train, simply because they are also scared of the society. Do they have the money? A lot of it. But can it guarantee their security? Not at all. So it is a crucial time for us to start thinking how we must remove ourselves from this unfortunate situation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will swiftly move on to Haji Ajumai. Haji Ajumai, very quickly, you're in the IT, and for 16 years as a woman, you have thrived. You have worked in the offices of vice president and president. And the general mindset is women with IT, like you mentioned earlier, is not that widespread. Mata aka ce ana maganar computer da su design abubuwan nan za a ce ke me zaki da wannan aikin na maza ne. What do you have to say about that?
I think my colleague said something. He made a statement that we need to have confidence and have a stand. And whatever it is that you believe that you can do, you just search your heart. What exactly is it that because there's no human being without a skill. Allah be alichemo without a skill, but God gifted every one of us with a gift. It's just for you to be able to realize what it is and tap it. And have that confidence that whatever it is that you put your hands on, inshallah, it will thrive. So for me, never give up. No matter what anybody tells you, so long as it's right and you're on the right track, it's legal, don't ever give up on whatever it is that you aspire to be. Especially in the North, we are very timid. We have this I do mindset, and then, I'm sorry, with all due respect, also lazy mindset. For me, very lazy mindset, with all due respect, we have that. And I'm sorry again, with all due respect, generally, I used to think that maybe it's because I'm not fully a northern person, because like my mom is from Lagos State, so I'm half Lagosian and half Yobe. And so I felt that, okay, is it because, why is it that I'm the way I am? Is it because people been pushing me and telling me that you can't do it, or what? Or is it because I have that Lagos blood, whereby you're a hustler, you know? I remember when I finished my youth service, I got my job 8 months after I finished my youth service, you know, and it wasn't like because, okay, like I was connected or something, or I knew someone. It was just like my target was anytime I'm going out, if I'm going to my table to buy, for real, I'm not exaggerating, if I'm going to my table to go and get, even if it's just a drink, I have my CV at the back of my jeans. Anywhere I'm going to, my CV was always with me. With determination, you know, because even after I finished youth service, my family in Lagos wanted me to come back to Lagos. And I'm like, I had to calculate and say, oh wait, the unemployment in Lagos is worse than that in Abuja. And so I had to calculate, oh wait, my brother has finished youth service, he's at home. My sister too has finished youth service, she's at home. Do I want to be back with my mom and then be like, oh mom, I need some money or something like, and she's like, of course, I lost my dad when I was very young, so she singularly brought us up, and she, you know, and all. So I'm like, I'm determined to stay in Abuja and ensure that I get a job. So everything about life is determination. That lazy mind, let us get off the idle wagon, the lazy wagon, and all that, and let's work together. And,
Thank you very much.
Have a greater knowledge.
Determination, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to Malam Ibrahim, you use technology to solve problems, geotagging, things that people didn't think were possible to do, GIS and things like that. And many people in IT, many young people at Arewa and Zoom that use technology, they don't know that using technology we can create apps like to tackle one-armed banditry, then we can create apps to tackle kidnapping, we can create apps to tackle even drug abuse, and do it very well and have data stored for future reference. How do you change this mindset that technology is beyond what you can imagine, it's beyond Instagram and social media? How can you use technology to solve social problems near you?
Yeah, so, actually, that's one of my points that I keep for today. I really want to go into issues of you have internet and you have a handset. I think this is the greatest gift given to our generation. We can't have that anywhere. That we can't have anything better than that. Our kakannimu, they have a hoe, they have their shoes to walk to school. Mukuma, they brought the whole world. Kawai a hannunka pa. Kawai. But we are so lazy. You can do business in the samu kudinka baka ma ba dakin ka ba. In ma you are the lazy person da take fadi baka ma je ko ina ba. Zaka zana in kai carpenter ne kamar Laila, zaka je ka samu pictures ka hada komai kai talla, wani ya ce zai siya, ka je kai connecting tsakanin wanda zai da wanda zai kai komai naka. Words yanzu in kai typing word baka sani ba, akwai look up. You just look up, you open it and tell you this is the word. Ya turo maka hoto wanda baka sani ba, majin ka yi forwarding ko ka tura ƙarya, akwai Google. Just go to Google, kai verifying kafin ka je kai harassing mutane da abin da zaka turo. So abin da nake son yi mu, some of the discussion da muka samu da mu da so Aisha mun understanding cewa akwai issue na yanzu mutum zai bude app din shi sai yayi creating account a Instagram. Sai ta sa leshi da takalmi ne namiji ne at the bank, you don't know the person. Sai maka talla, sai ka ce takalmi nawa, zai ce maka 15,000. You pay your money, he will block you or delete the. And then all the tech guys, nobody is trying to help us because it's taking away billions of money from people. Bayan wannan kuma muka zo muka realizing bancin wayannan akwai na WhatsApp da sauransu su ma the same thing. So there is no any plug-in for payment platform there. Idan ma mutum zai kwace maka kuɗi ka sani it's registered. So we try to see from this zaman da muka yi, we are going to create what is called maybe a CUG mai kyau application ne za mu sa where businesses them are going to be verified. If mutum is not verified, kaka je ka bata kudin ka siya wurin shi, kuma shi is not helping the north, sannan kuma he is damaging our businesses. So we create abin da zai kawo mu together as a CUG. We register you in capital. Why sanka? Kuma the registration is by reference. Somebody has to reference you to the Northern Hibiscus application for you to be part. Then you give us your skills. Then from your skills we know what we can, what you can bring on the table. So abubuwan da muke son mu yi kenan. Sannan muna da uwayen mu, yanzu uwayen mu da yawa ciki ne in mun tafi gida, nobody will even gist them what abin da muka zo muka yi ana. With technology kai pictures kai komai. What what we want to now tell them is that we are no more going to wait. Duk lokacin da a ce maka ai lokacin ku zai zo yara ku ne leaders of tomorrow. Babu ruwan mu yanzu. The way Ahmed said it, ya riga wuce. With this summit today, babu wani duk abin da muke so mu za mu kwato shi. We are not going to wait for anybody to give it to us.
Thank you very much.
We are not going to beg for anybody. That's the mindset that we are going to go into this level that zamu shiga. So I put it down, I'm very sorry. It's going to be 3 things. We are going to have a payment gateway on it. We are going to do a crowdfunding system on it. So that kila wani na da kuɗi, wani bai da kuɗi. So kai baka da lokacin da zaka yi aiki, sai mu ce kowa ya bada kaza, sai mu crowdfunding ɗinka. We can sponsor you from here up to Harvard for you to bring some skills da muke so mai aiki da shi.
Amazing, thank you very
much. And also on the application that I have only 2 things. We have adashe. Some of them are not very good managers of money. So we put adashe, normal adashe da muke yi, but to be secured, wanda ba za a rika cinye mu wani kuɗi ba. And also, I'm very happy I've seen Alinu here. We have discussion with Aisha. On the app, Zami adding what is called Hibiscus TV. All these small things that we are discussing in Aji, we bring them now to life and discuss them. Let everybody know this is a real problem and this is what we are going to be the solution, inshallah.
Thank you very much. That sounds like an amazing app. We cannot wait to download. Last but not least, my sister, Ma, you are known to be an online warrior for women advocacy. I think I can say that much. You have created platforms to speak for women. You have created platforms to fight even for women. You are against oppression. You are, all the things that happen to women from northern Nigeria, that the issues affecting them, you have at a point in your life, fought one way or the other.
I don't see life.
So my question to you is this mindset of women participation in public affairs, especially politics, women in technology, women in architecture, maybe, all these things that people think are male dominated. In this north here, people think, how do we change that mindset? Because women are doing these things and are excelling and need the support of society to thrive and excel.
I mean, I'm glad you spoke about politics because I'm a politician as well. Because I realize you can't just be complaining. You have to be part of the conversation. Duk mutumin da zai kalle ki ya zage ki saboda wai kin yi abu da shi baya so. Wannan ruwan shi. That's what I tell women. Women come to say, ina son in shiga siyasa, ina son in affecting policy, ina son in zama engineer, ina son in zama in dinga zuwa site, amma wani kawuna, and there's always that one uncle. I don't know why. There's always akwai wannan kawun nan da yake matsawa mutane ko gwaggo. Anyway, ni I tell them ba ruwanka da mutum. Muna da tarbiya. Mun tashi da tarbiyya irin ta addinin musulunci, mun tashi da tarbiyya mai kyau daga gida, kuma tarbiyyar nan ba wai an yi mana tarbiyya bane ba kawai mu zauna a gida, an mana tarbiyya ne saboda mu dauki tarbiyyar mu shiga duniya, mu ma mu taka rawar gani mu yi abun kwarai. Kuma ya za a ce mu ne rabin population amma ana yi banda mu? How can you affect policy when you don't even have a seat at the table? How do you have a seat at the table? You get out, you campaign, you join a political party, you do something. I want to correct this misconception that political participation is limited to voting. My dear, that's not, Yes, voting is important, but how can your voice be heard if you are sitting at home, scrolling through Instagram, liking pictures? Dole ne ki tashi ki fita. You have to join a political party, whether you like it or not. Those of us that are in politics, did we die? At least according to somebody, nobody has ever died of insult. So people will talk, and I always say it, what will people say? My answer to that is people will always say, so you just face your life, you have a plan, you have what you want to do. For instance, we have been complaining online, women don't get enough maternity leave. It's a serious problem. Women are taking out of school to just marry. There's nobody that said if you are married, you cannot go to school. Women are leaving careers because they cannot keep up with house chores and their work. So how can I keep complaining online when I can literally get a seat at the table and affect policy? And alhamdulillah, my boss listens to us. So now in Kaduna State, there's 6 months maternity leave. So if women, we all sat down and said, Amaba I maternity leave in Nambaya isamu, how are we going to affect it if we sit at home? You understand? So there are cultural barriers that we need to throw away. As for the religious barriers, I don't see any. The qualification for doing anything as a Muslim, regardless of your gender, is that you conduct yourself in a manner that resembles somebody who believes in God and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So if I like, I can be an astronaut and go to Mars, but at least I should conduct myself in a way that reflects my faith.
Absolutely.
Shine Kawe. So if anybody wants to tell you, tell that your uncle that me, I said, people will always say.
Thank you very much, Ms. Zara. And with Zara, we conclude the questions for this round. We were supposed to be taking questions, 2 questions from audience, but because of time, I've been told not to go ahead with that. So, to conclude, if you forget everything we talked about here, remember this: there is serious need for us to change the way we think. We need to, Muzama Masudo Garo Dekai, we need to be those that are problem solvers and not sit down and always complain, Gwamnati Kaza, leaders Kaza. This is why we are here today. So thank you very much for the time and listening to us, and we hope it has been beneficial. Thank you.
Distinguished guest, before we take the next thing, I have an announcement, please. Those that are supposed to come, we received some complaint. There are others that cannot comprehend Hausa language very well. So they requested that more of the English, please. And secondly, I've learned something I love most is outside, and I have to announce to you that any moment from now, when we take some issues, we move outside for item number 7. You know it, right? So we are going for that. We should not feel anything, inshallah. So briefly in Hausa, do Allah kada mu damu, akwai abu da aka aje a waje, wato item number 7, abinci kenan. Do Allah mu tafa mu abinci kamun lokacin yazo. Wallahi ina son cin abinci wallahi. Alhamdulillah. Kun ga evidence. I want to acknowledge and recognize Honorable Sani Rabiu Bako. Sir, you're welcome. You're welcome, Honorable. You're welcome, please. Sai dai kamun mu je item number 7, ina da roƙo. Haja, ina da roƙo abu ɗaya do Allah. Wajen ba da abincin nan, don Allah, a rai adalci. Ina roƙo ne do Allah, a yi adalci a kalli mutum daidai girman shi, daidai yawan abincin da za a bashi. Ina gani za a yi daidai, insha Allah. So, for those of you who cannot comprehend, Asma G, if you're ready, I'm bringing an artist in the house, Asma G. If she's ready, she's stepping out for some few-minute performance. Asma, please. Mutapa Mutadallah, let's give her a round of applause. She's an artist. She's coming off stage for us.
I think this should be enough. It's not working.
Right? Or
All right, yes, working. Assalamu alaikum, guys. My name is Asma'u. I'm from Maiduguri, Borno State. No one really knows me, but I'm going to be rapping today. I'm a rapper. And I know it's a bit weird, it's a bit foreign. People don't really, it's not really a thing, but I want you all to look beyond and hear the message, and hopefully we can heed and grow from that message. DJ. DJ, we're waiting on you.